time? Is it an illusion? What if time? What is time? Is it an illusion? What if time does not really exist? What if clocks and watches was the only thing that actually exists? What if time was something that we created to make sense of our reality? What if time only exists in the 3D? Well, let us find out what time is all about.
According to Einstein's own theories, time moves differently for someone below sea level than for someone situated on the highest peaks on the planet, due to a development posited by general relativity called gravitational time dilation.
The faster one moves, the slower time passes in relation to a static observer's perception. Matter traveling at the speed of light does not really experience time or distance, at least relative to a static point.
It turns out that time is not in the fourth dimension. As a matter of fact, time is not a dimension at all. To be precise, time has no physical primary existence. It is simply a mathematical value that we use to measure the frequency and the speed of an object. Time is just an illusion. Time only plays about 10% of the aging process, and 90% is completely us. Our subconscious mind is what powers our physical body, meaning whatever we take mentally becomes a reflection of our actual physical being. So, we have the ability to prevent the aging process, and I'll explain why. Most people are unaware of the fact that the cells in our physical body, almost all of it, has the ability to repair itself every 11 months. And the cells in our brain also has the ability. However, it's every 7 years. That our subconscious mind is the master behind our physical well-being. We become affected by whatever we indulge in mentally. It's almost the same thing as when we say you are what you eat. Stress, jealousy, depression, anxiety, envy. These are already low vibrational words, meaning these words are already negative. They're already associated with negative energy. So when we dwell on this and when we take it in mentally, it actually affects our physical well-being. It only makes sense that what we take in internally becomes a reflection of our external. This type of mindset damages the nerves, causes blockages, preventing the cell to go through its normal healing process. This is what causes aging, sickness, disease, and eventually death. So the purpose of time, of this illusion we call time, is to make the world make sense. It gives our life on earth purpose. It brings order into our daily reality. If time really exists the way we perceive it as past, present, and future, that means that nothing will ever really change. Everything in our world will remain the same, which is in fact not true because we are constantly changing as time proceeds. You see, time can be one of our greatest tools that we can use to become the best version of ourselves. Or it can put us in a state of relaxation, allowing us to be comfortable in our limitations.
If time shouldn't be perceived as past, present, and future, how does one explain the term past lives and reincarnation when used by individuals in the spiritual community?
When people speak of past life, reincarnation, I prefer to use the term alternate realities and alternate lifetime. It just makes more sense that way. When we discuss spiritual-related subjects or psychic dimensions, time and space cease to exist. It literally becomes irrelevant. We shouldn't just identify ourselves based upon our day of birth in this timeline, because we do exist in multiple different dimensions. We are multidimensional beings. There are different versions of ourselves existing in different possible realities. Within our energy field, there's something called the Akashic record, and this is where all memories of all the lives that we have ever lived, past, present, future, and parallel, but is stored in the soul's record. So think of the Akashic record as a storage where all of our memories and moments that each soul has ever experienced, and this is what people refer to as past lives. Reincarnation is technically the soul's history. It contains information that can help you become the best version of yourself, that can help you with healing and blockages, to give you a clear understanding of who you are and why you're here in this timeline. You see, for decades and centuries, scientists and philosophers have tried to make sense of this concept of time. But when you really and truly think about it, none of these explanations and theories adds up. It's all wrong, and I will explain why. For centuries and decades, time has been explained as if it was separate from us, as if it was outside of us. Technically, when you see this from a practical viewpoint, it makes more sense. Certain things cannot be explained by science. As human beings, it is our nature to make things complicated, especially the things that are not complicated, especially the things that are right there in our face, in the surface, in plain sight. I mean, that's why science was created, isn't it so? To understand time, I want you to look at it from this point of view. Let's be practical. Your time is life. We are time. It is not separate from us. Together, That's the only way it works. To be precise, we are actually a physical manifestation of time. Our time on this earth, our life, only became recognizable or acknowledged by the time of birth. Our dismissal from this world is also recognizable by the time of death. Time begins when we come to life, and it ends when we die. And that's simply all there is to it. We are time. Time is not a thing, it's not a dimension. It is a being, like human beings. And that's all there is to it.